Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel. So today is a pretty nice day today. So I do have some outdoor projects. As you can see behind me, this fence. I'm actually going to be repurposing some metal that came off of our house that I took off, and I just saved it for, to repurpose. I'm going to be installing it on the fence. Let me show you guys what I've got going on. So I have these little roof panels here, guys, and I'm just going to be installing it down the fence line here. Just want to get that out of the way, handle, before I go to Lowe's and buy more materials to do things around here. I just want to get everything tidied up, what I do have, and get it used up. I am going to be putting, after everything is installed, I'm going to be trimming this out so it kind of gives it a little bit more character. And I'm installing these half pieces back here so I could use these half pieces on a section of the fence that's not going to be really ever visible. I do have whole pieces that I'm going to be using around the front areas. But yeah, I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and hop into it, get the metal over on my saw bench, and get these things cut. These half pieces are cutting, I think, 39 1/4, and then this top one's going to be, I don't have my tape on me, but this is a top piece right here. And after all this is installed, guys, I am going to come back and take my paint sprayer and paint all this like maybe a darker brown. So yeah. All right, guys, so I think this is where we started off at here, and this is where we got to so far over here. This might not look really pretty, guys, right now, but just let me get it to the finished states, and this thing is going to look really, really nice. I am going to be putting up here across the top is going to be some a 2x4 up here, and then up here, guys, up at the top is going to be a 2x6 laying flatways as a cap to go on here. That's actually going to strengthen the fence up to going this way, like in or out. That'll strengthen that up because it is kind of getting, as it goes down through here, it's a little wavy, but that will straighten this up periodically. So I think there is, at every 8 foot, there's a 4x4 post vertically. So I'll probably put at each 4x4, I'm going to put like a 2x4 down. That'll just give it that finish effect, guys. On the ends here, I'm going to trim that out, make a corner style on the ends as well. Yeah, that's how it's winding up so far. I am going to come back through here after everything is installed, all the metal, minus the trim, and I'm going to spray this all in, and then we're going to install the corner molding and the top cap and all that stuff. But yeah, guys, that's how it looks so far. It is dirty because this stuff was laying over in my scrap pile over there, and it just was laying in the dirt, and dirt done covered some of these. I'm gonna have to come back and probably wash these off and sand them down a little bit, and then go from there. All right, so right here I got some already cut. So 2 of these is from one panel. So out of the 12-foot panels that I have, I can get 2 runs. So I think this was 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. I got one more over on my sawbucks where it hasn't been cut because one of my where the concrete is, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work to one of those so it can like rounded over so it can sit on straddle the concrete. But I'm gonna just kind of clean these off before I put them up, and because these was really buried in the ground pretty good, and they had been sitting there for probably a couple months over there, guys. I did have them raised off the ground, but our driveway is like on a slope, and it is a dirt driveway. So over the time of 3 months, from raining, all that sand washing down my driveway covered them up. But I'm gonna get these really cleaned up as best as possible, and then we're going to install these ones here. All right, guys, so we done got to this point here where this 4x4 post is out of the way of this tree structure. It's probably about 4 feet out of the way in line with them trees. So what I got planned now, guys, I'm probably going to run 2 more pieces of panel. Maybe the second panel I might have to cut, but we're going to flop the metal from being on this side to being on the inside. And the reason why I'm going to be doing that, to create an illusion of this being a building, because I am going to put another row of 4x4 posts over here from about maybe 14 feet from this post, 14 feet over, put a post, and then this will be a row of posts at 14 feet from here all the way down through here. And then we're just going to build like a little building and just incorporate it with the fence, guys, because I'm lacking space. This, like I said, me and my wife, we purchased this house, and these metal panels here came off of this house. We purchased this house. It was a rental property before we purchased it. So this did have this metal on here, guys. So I did put some architectural shingles on the house. And this is just a mobile home. So we got a really good deal for this place. And I did build this addition as well. The blue stuff you're seeing here is vapor barrier. Inside vapor barrier on the exterior walls. And I do have the siding for this, guys. We're going to be finishing that up. But I do want to get this fence kind of closed in so my dogs have somewhere to come out and on their own. But we're going to stop that metal here and knock all these 2x4 strappings off, put it on the inside, and then we're going to start running our metal from the inside, guys, because that inside metal will be the same color as my house when I spray that in, and then this will be sprayed in a darker brown like my shutters are on the front of the house. But yeah, that's what we got going on. May set y'all up on a time lapse as well. Okay, guys, so it's the next day. I thought I was videoing why I knocked these 2x4s down. The reason why we're doing this, I already explained in the last portion yesterday. We're just going to put them on this side, guys. And now all I got to do is take my Sawzall, because it did leave some nails behind. Right here. It left some nails behind, and these are like ring shank galvanized, and they're really hard to pull out. Once them bad boys are in, they're in. Yeah, and I've been trying to pull them out with my hammer, and it breaks the head off. So I'm just going to cut these off, and then we're going to clean up this and transfer these 2x4s on the inside of these posts. But yeah, I thought we was recording while I was doing that, and evidently not. So this is the end post over here, and we're just going to be working on these 4 sets of posts. I still got to take my Sawzall and cut this 2x4 off of that post there, and let's get it done, guys. So we're going to cut this one center of the post so they mimic the bottom and the top. So let me get my saw set up, and we're going to cut this one down, and we can knock this. I think this will wind up right at 8 foot, I believe. So let's get that one done. So guys, I'm using all the nails that I backed out of the 2x4s just to tack everything back up, and then I'm going to come back with these screws here. These are 3-inch outdoor screws. These are like decking screws. It has a T25 bit, I think, T25 or T28, something like that. I can't remember. I'll let you know I'll let you know right here. But that is 3 inches, guys, right there. So after I get everything tacked up, this is what I'm going to be using to screw everything good for permanent use. So now I'm just going to take my level, 4-foot level, guys, and I got lucky that these vertical strapping is exactly level. So that's going to be good, guys. That's going to make me not have to do any kind of modifications to the roof system here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to level across this bottom. I think when I installed this fence, I just put a used a 4x4 block just to keep it that distance off the ground, which is 3.5 inches. But I'm just going to throw this level on there and get it level, nail it up. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it the same way when I started the process with the 4x4. Alright, so I got my 4x4 and I'm going to just show you what I did. Evidently, the ground is not completely level. So this is why I did it with the post. So I just, when I installed these bottom runs, I just let it go with the flow of the ground at 3.5 inches, as you can see here, guys. So I'm just going to do that same process down all the way down through here, just to keep it consistent with the ground. So yeah, I'm not worried about this being level here. This is just being consistent with the elevation of the ground, guys. So I'm just gonna, one second, let me put y'all on the ground for a second. So I'm just going to do that right there, nail it in, and then put it here. And I may go grab another 4x4 and put it down there at the end to hold that side. That way it'll hold both sides at the same time. All right, so I went and grabbed me another 4x4 scrap block to put on the end here. I'm going to nail this one up here, and then I'm going to take that and put on the other side of this 4x4 over here. That's it. Now I'm just going to screw everything up with these exterior screws. And I believe this is a T25, I think, a Torx bit. If you like that right there, guys. So let me grab that bit and we'll be back at it. So we got the Torx bit right here, and my screws. I'm gonna just put some in my nail bag. And like I said earlier, these are 3-inch, plenty long enough to go through a piece of 1.5 inch and then go into the 4x4. Alright, so I'm just going to leave the end just tacked up because I'm probably going to move that post over, guys, just to establish those roof lines. Yeah, so now we can go ahead and install the 2 more panels on the back side of the fence, get those installed, and then we can come on this front side and establish these. Then we'll move this post. When we get to maybe this point here, we'll go ahead and move that over. So let's do that. All right, so we got the slats or the strapping back installed, guys. And see, this is what we created. This is called a transition, where the fence is running on one side and then it transitions and starts to run on the other side. So I'm just going to run these 2 more panels and get them run to here, guys, to the end of this post. This isn't going to make any difference. I may have to put some boards from here to here. Yeah, in between here and up here, just so it'll be closed in. But I don't know if I'm actually going to take this building and have it closed in. It just might just be open. Like I said, maybe like for a lawnmower or something to go under. Just for some little dry storage, pretty much, guys. But let's get those 2 pieces of metal, which I've already got some metal here. And let me show you guys how I am cutting my metal. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just taking my side grinder here, and I got one of these all-purpose blades here that cuts metal, concrete, and everything. And I'm just taking a bunch of panels and putting them together on top of one another, getting everything flushed up right here, get it all flush, and then I can cut 1, 2, 3. I can cut up to about 3 or 4 pieces of panel at one time. Like, say I need 68 inches, which those panels over there were 68. I just stacked 4 together, and I can just mark 68 and cut, and then those 4 panels will be cut at 68. Because long as you don't go over, like, I think, let's see if my math is good, guys. These are 12'3" and a half. So long as I don't go over 7 foot, about 7 foot, not 7 foot, but 6 foot 2 inches, or 6 foot 1 3/4. Yeah, 6 foot 1 3/4, guys. Will be good. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting 2 panels out of each one, and I'm just stacking multiples on top and cut it right on the ground, guys. It seems more safe cutting it on the ground than on a I didn't want to cut it on my trailer and cut into it. So, and it seems a lot safer on the ground because everything's flat. And yeah, now I'm rambling. All right, so we got us 2 2x4s, guys, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to notch everything in on this transition here. That way it's notched here, and then a full 2x4 all the way down to the ground. So I'm just going to put this up like this and scribe me some marks on it, and cut it out with my skill saw. Alright, so that's the end, guys. Let me show y'all. Right there and two at the bottom. That should be plenty enough, guys. And now we're just going to swap over to the other side. This just whenever I did that, guys, that way when this metal comes over, there's no voids behind the metal. If I wouldn't have did this, this would have been a gap here to the outside elements. So considering this is going to be the end of the building, that's going to go over here to another 4x4, and then up at the top of that 4x4 were rafters, and it would fall to this point. Hope that makes sense. And it's just going to do that same concept at every post. And what I came up with, guys, last night I was thinking, I think I'm just going to match it up with these posts on that other building, but it will stop here. And that'll be just like a little access to come to this building and back here in the back. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so that's done. So let's move back over to the other side, get those other two strips paneling cut in, and then we can come back over here and get this installed. So let's go ahead and install these two panels here. Stay. Okay, so just want to check this for level, which that's pretty good there. So I'm just going to take my little screws here, make me a mark. We'll actually puncture through the tin, and then I can come back and screw them in, guys. Just like so. So a change of plans, guys. I may not put this piece here. So I'm just going to start here and work my way down. Once we get to this point where we have to put this corner style in, if it doesn't cover the corner style, cover that, then we will put the metal in. But I'm just going to go ahead and start running some whole ones down through here to get this thing tied in. And I'm going to probably use some better looking metal for this section here. since this is going to be like a finished look, it's going to be a different color. Like, it's going to match the color of my house, because this is going to be mimicking like a wall of a building. So that's the effect I'm going for here. So I'm going to use my better metal here. All right, so now we're just going to install this metal here. I'm going to just level this one. I don't care if it has a little bit of imperfection on the corner here, because I'm going to cover that with a cap, guys. So we're just going to level it. That's it right there. Make sure you're not sticking up above your the top of your fence railing. Make sure you're below that. All right, guys, so I got 5 more panels cut. This process is really time consuming, guys. So, you know, I might do like episodes with these style videos. So since I got so much I need to get done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and install these 5 more panels, and I think that should get us really close to the end here. And I am deciding to keep that 4x4. I'm not going to move it. If I need to put a 4x4, I'll put it, you know, behind that one, because that one's already structurally sound, so I can hang my gate from that. So we're not going to move that. We're not going to touch it. But let's go ahead and install these rest of these panels. And it's getting late in the evening, guys, so I don't know how much more time we're going to be out here messing with this. But we'll go ahead and start installing what we got cut. Okay, so we got the panels up, guys. Got the transition in. I'm gonna hold off on this transition piece because I'm thinking when I put the cap on, that's gonna get covered in. All right, guys, so that's going to be a wrap for today's video. Make sure on the way out, guys, you hit that like button for your boy. That helps the YouTube algorithm so people like yourselves are able to find my channel, because I am a fairly new YouTuber. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys for all the love and support. Drop all your comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.